How is everyone doing today? I hope you're well. Today we're going to go over how to extract voice files for a certain NPC, clone their voice so you can use it for your mod to add lifelike dialogue using their voice. So we need to start by getting to the data folder of Skyrim. That's where all your ESPs are held, ESMs, all of your mod files, and all of your BSAs. So we're going to extract from a BSA, but you need to have Fallout Mod Manager installed. I will leave the link for that in the description. A lot of people already have it installed. You got to follow the instructions, get it installed, and you know you have it installed because here, when you get to the BSA files, it will show what looks like a Fallout emblem beside the BSAs. So the Dawn Guard is the one we're going to want to go to, but usually if you're looking for voice files, where people get confused is Skyrim Voices BSA. They think they'll all be in there. Well, they usually will be, unless it's DLC files you're looking for, which that is going to be under the Dawn Guard DLC instead. So when you find this BSA, double click it, and the Fallout Manager, Mod Manager will automatically open up what you have. So down in here, we're going to hit DLC1 Sarana. So we're going to change this to make sure we get all the ones we want. We're going to go to Sarana Voice. And these are the files we want. So we see those all the way down through here. So we're going to take, and there's a lot of voice files just for her. So now we're going to highlight, shift, and highlight them all, and hit extract. It'll allow you to choose where you want to put them. I'm going to hit the fuzz files folder, and we're going to go from there. And I'm going to click OK. This will unpack the archive, and it will send these files you chose to there. From here, you can close out the Fallout Mod Manager. Now we're going to open this up, and it's going to go into Sound, Voice, under the Dawn Guard, and now you see this. And now what you have in here is a bunch of the extensions FUZ. This is where the program that I've talked about multiple times, how good of a program it is, the audio converter from Nexus. So here we're going to change this to the FUZ up top, and we're going to leave that at wave. So what that's going to do is take these files here and bring the wave files out of them. You'll also see the lit files and everything else when we're done. So hit File, open this up, and then we're going to go find that folder. And that is right here. I don't know, sound, voice, and then we're here. So now we can click this, bring this down to the bottom, hit Shift, select them all, and hit Open. So we extracted 1008 voice files with Sarana's voice on them. Now we're going to hit Convert, and this will give this a time. It usually only takes a few seconds for this to work. It's pretty quick. And then you see in the list how it's opening them up. So what you now have in here is you have the lit files and the wave files. It'll also leave the compressed files as well. So in this, make sure, if you don't know how to highlight this, right click here, make sure type is checked. Now click type here. And now what we don't need is any of these lit files. So scroll down to the lit files stop. Oh, that's still a wave file. I guess I went way past it. Here they are. Hit Shift, highlight them on, remove the lit files. We're not going to need those. And the wave files is there. I'm going to just remove, just for this, I'm going to remove the fuzz files as well. Over here, delete those as well. And we're left only with the wave files. So that's the folder we're going to need. We can close this back down from now. We don't need that. Now the next thing we're going to work on, now we can get back into here. We got everything else done. So we can double click on these. Try them out so you can hear them.
Because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore. Let's head back to Eastron and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two.
So you have all these files. So the next thing you want to do, in that same way where we went to type, make sure you have size checked. So if we go to here and we click size, it'll bring the biggest ones up to begin with. And this is important for a reason. I'll show you certainly very soon why.
I always wondered what the dwarves actually looked like. I hear they're like elves, but with beards.
So you want the longer voice files for more dialogue, for better dialogue. So if I open up Audacity now, I'm going to show you the basics of this so I don't have to go through the whole thing, because that'll take up way too much time in the video. That would be very boring to watch. So I grab these 4 files that, as you can see, are the biggest files in the voice file she has from the vanilla game. So we grab these 4 here. Oh, I had to go all the way up. That's my bad. So we're going to go to the very top. We're going to grab, so when you see these files...
He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
So we're going to take these files here. I'm going to take the first 4. I'm just going to do these 4 to show you the basics of how to do this. But what you want to do is now you've got these files in Audacity. So the next thing you want to do is take this file, grab it, bring it up to this one. Now, as you can see here, what we're doing is we're creating a longer voice file. We're just putting these together. And here you can just X out, X out. Get to your next one. And then you can see at the top, it tells you how long these files are going to be. So I think the usual recommendation is 2 minutes of files, which is fine. Right now, this is just for this. You can keep going as far as you want with this. So now you can see we're at only 38 seconds. So this is an important process if you want to make a high quality voice file. So we put the first 4 in. Now we can take the next 4 and do the same thing again. However you want to do it. You don't want to do too many at a time, because then you're just scrolling around Audacity to make shit fit. So I'll pull these over here, over here, over here, and over here. So going back into this, we're going to take these, we're going to come up here and do the same thing. Now you're following the process here. Now you want to do this with voice files until you get about 2 minutes long. So with that, I'm going to finish that up. There's no reason to make you watch this all along, but you get the idea now. So keep taking these and just right click and pull them to the side. And then maybe an easy way to do this in Audacity. I'm not sure. This is how I do it. And try to get one the best you can. So now we're back here where you can see I spliced these lines to be a little over 2 minutes. Now you can go longer if you want to. It doesn't have to be 2 minutes. The more you add, the more high quality the voice is going to come out. But you can really make a high quality voice with less in ElevenLabs if you don't have time. Like I cloned all 67 voices, 65, whatever it is in Skyrim, I've cloned them. So we got this up to here. We're going to go up to here. We're going to hit export as an MP3. It doesn't need to be a WAV file because this is only for ElevenLabs. It's not going into the creation kit right out the gate. So we export as an MP3. And it already went into there, so it shouldn't have. When I first exported it, it went into the Gallus file, which I'm going to remove that in a second. So we'll go to desktop, Dirty Born Voice Files, save it here, and let it go into here. So what it did do is it went into Dirty Born Voice Files. So if I go into here and open this up,
He wasn't always like that, though.
there it is right there. So we're going to rename this something else. I'm going to F2. I'm going to name this Serana 2. Now I'll show you why. Now I'm going to go to where the first export went to, which I named Serana 1. It went to the wrong file. There it is. So I'm going to copy this one. Even though they're the same files, it's still... This will give me 3 minutes or 4 minutes of great voice because these lines were clear. So if I go into here and I paste this one here, now I've got, even though they're the same 2 minutes in each one, it's still 2 individual files that I can read from. They're going to help train it. Now, if you wanted to, you could take other files, and I'll show you that in a moment. So from here, we're going to open up the browser. We're going to go into ElevenLabs. Go up to here. I'm going to log into my account. And then we'll go to Voices. Now we go to Create Voice. And this one you're going to want basically Instant Clone. That's the one you want. So design this, choose this one here. Now we can drag and drop. So this has the option like this. We can choose this here and go into, we can actually close that out. Into where this one is here. This one here we're going to delete here. I want to make sure I get rid of that now because that doesn't belong there. Now we can close out. I know this is getting confusing when I'm doing it. Let's open this back up. We go to here. Take the 2 voice files we just created. I want both of them. I'm going to drag them and copy them to there. Keep this checked in case there is anything else in there. Now you can drag more files into here. So if you wanted to go into, let's say, where the fuzz files were, and you didn't want to splice them, and you wanted to choose a different way to do it, go into Sound, Dawnguard, and let's say you had a few more voice files you wanted to choose from. So up here, why that remove size, I don't know. We're going to add size back to it. So if you want to, let's say you want to choose these 3 voice files, 4 at the top right here, now that we've created the other ones, under a different name, we can pull this up, bring back into here, and choose these 4 too to add to that as well. I think it allows you up to 25. But I think it's important to keep remove background noise from audio recordings, just in case there was some in the game that come in. This will make it more clear. So from here, we got enough now to clone this voice to show you how to do it. Now you can add more voice files. I'm just showing you the basics how to do this. So we click Next, and you allow this. You cannot upload the same file twice. What file is the same one? I'm not seeing what they're talking about. So that happens sometimes. Let's go back to here. And that will give you the warning. Maybe they count. Now let's try it just with these files, see what happens. No, they must have counted those both as the same one. And that's fine, probably because in the title it's that way. So if we go back to here and delete this, and now let's go back. That's good to see that them warnings. Now let's drag, let's say, these in here. Let's drag 8 more in. From that one that we get all this checked. Now let's try it again. So now it's going through. So the title inside the details of those voice files must have been the same. So now here you can add, let's just say Dawnguard Serana like. That would be the title. Label, I don't even worry about any of this stuff. Description, I'll just put same thing. Serana like voice. And that's there. So you have these titles here. You can add labels, whatever you want to do. I don't, because I'm just using them for myself. I'm not using these to upload for others to go through it. And I think that is the key. And this is where it talks about there are certain things and certain rights you need to have on certain files. So to check that, you're going to check the terms of service. So when you go into the terms of service, it might say you need permissions to use certain things. Now, I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on it, in Skyrim, when they released your creation kit, that gave you the ability to use the resources in the Skyrim game. But there might be a game or a voice you're using that you might need permissions to use. Like when you go to CD Projekt Red, when I used the Trish file, I actually emailed them and they gave me permissions to use that when I asked about that for Gellis. They're very kind with their resources, as many know. But anyways, we're going to go back into here. We got Serana like voice. Everything here is fine. Now we're going to click Save Voice. Oh, now it wants to, I guess we have to do the labels now. Please set values for each label. Okay. What label am I adding? Okay. It's not allowing me to do any of this. Select value. I guess you have to do this. You never used to have to do, now you do. And that's okay. And only going to take us a second. We want English. Accent. Gender. We'll do gender. We'll set this value. Female. Language is going to be English. We already got all this. And then from here, we got the value set. Now we should be able to save the voice file. Try your new clone. So, generate speech. I guess you can do this one here. So now, we have Dawn God Serrano-like voice. So this was a line that I actually used with Gallus. We'll see what this sounds like when they say it.
Sometimes I wish I were a nicer person, but then I laugh and continue my day.
So you can try different things in here. Like if you don't like, if the version 3 sounds different to you, you can try something else. So when you go into here, you can change this. Sometimes the version 3 becomes so uncanny at times it doesn't sound right, which happens sometimes with the voices. So then you can choose the version 2, which still works good. So then you put it like this. Need to feed. Boom, boom, boom. Now there's a couple different things you can do here. We can try this one out.
I'm hungry and need to feed.
But you can change this dialogue alone in all of them with the punctuation.
I'm hungry and need to feed.
So usually when you put an exclamation point, it'll make it louder. So that is the basis of creating a voice. So when you come back in, if you got multiple voices like I do, you can go back into voices and click My Voices. And then if you click Serrano, it'll filter any like that have like right now, them are different ones that are just part of, but I have Serrano like. That was one I always use. That one came out very well. But those are the basics. If you want to add more voice files, that's what you do. Link more together to get a high quality voice. And then, so if I went through on different ones, like sometimes I spell them differently. If I put orc, got orc male, orc female, and you can create all these voices from the game to create your mods. So you can actually add dialogue lines to NPCs that are already in the game by matching their voice. I hope this helped you guys. It's very easy to clone a voice, but keep in mind, to clone voices and to have, for that to save your own voices, you have to have a membership. And even the, what is it, $11 membership, $20 membership, whatever, you can still clone a couple voices with that one. It's worth it. I got the pro version because I think it allows 160 voices. But that's what I've been doing for years now with Dirty Born. That's how I've been creating such a large mod with a variety of using the different voices. Anyways, guys, I hope this helped you guys. Have fun with it. I hope this helped add a new realism to your mod.